See the group. Move on. 10 years. But I got to tell you a story how this all started with the two seaters, and it goes back prior to 2004. It actually started in, I met these guys in 1984, 85. But we came together in 1990. And I have to tell a story about how did we become two seaters, the name, where that name came from. And it was a guy, one of the earlier members, James Smith, and we was at a golf course. And he was one of the guys. He didn't play golf anymore. He had MS, and we had a fundraiser for him. But he used to come out and support us because he was one of the top-notch golfers in the group. We wasn't the two-seaters. We sitting at the golf course, and the carts is going by, and he see two people on these carts. Then he see one cart go by, and he thought it was two people on it. It was one person on that cart. That person was probably taking up two seats. So what he said was, this is a true story. He said, that's a two-seater. And we looked and he said, wow, that is a two-seater. That person's taking up both seats in the car. And somebody said, let's call ourselves two-seaters because we ride two in a car. And that's really how the name of two-seaters came about. And that's a true story. And that was in the early 80s. Now, moving forward, now we got to look at our logo. How did we get the logo? It was done by a gentleman, Elbert Shaw. He drew the logo for us. And it's a patent on it. This Omega 2. Don't be thinking it's something else. He made this. This is our logo. The crest was made by, what's the guy's name? John Simmons. John Simmons made the crest. Now, all this was done during our 10 years. Now, when we became a club, we had a president, Judge Mike Studley, and it was here at University Golf Course. We've been here 10 years. We left Deer Creek Golf Course and came over here, and we been here ever since. So we've been blessed to have a mayor at that time, which was a member of the two-seaters, and that was Al McCowan. He was the mayor of University Park. He was instrumental in talking us into coming over here. We left Deer Creek to come over here, and we've been here ever since. Now, I want to mention some names. I got to say these names. I'm not going to say they founding members, but these are guys that really brought the club together, that we would play at various golf courses every weekend, and as much as we can play. Ray Westbrook, Al Christian, Gino Martin, a guy named Dexter Ford, and we have one of our founding members here is Pete Gordon. Pete Gordon. James Smith is not with us anymore. There's another gentleman that we have to really look out, Scott Freeman. Scott Freeman, we have a tree out for him, and as well as a plaque. He's been a long-time member, and he's been with the two-seaters close to 30 years. We both came in together and didn't know how to play, but we can play now. Okay, Al McCowan, Melvin Taylor, and myself, Elbert Shaw, and Mike Studley. Now, we're talking 10 years here, but when we developed the two-seaters and Mike Studley had us incorporated and have it sanctioned by the state to be a golf club, and that was in 2004. During that time, we've had two other chapters. We had a West Coast Swing, and we had a Southern Swing. So we had members in California that had a fraction for us, and we used to go to San Diego in April. We routinely go down to Tunica, Mississippi, where we had 13 members down there, and that's our Southern Swing. Now, we lost some members there through illnesses, and I'd like to mention their names, and this is Mr. James Northern and Riley Bates, and they really took care of the main chapter here. So when we went down there, they opened up the doors for us and they set up all that golfing for us. And they made it so that it's not just a club, we're a brotherhood and we look out for each other. And then we decided that, well, we're just playing golf. And Mike and Al McCowan, and they got together and said, we need to do more. We got good jobs. We tend to be blessed that we can look out for each other. This game of golf is nothing that's inexpensive, and that we need to do something for people. So we had some achievements. So, and the scholarships is just one of them. And when we did the scholarships, we thought that maybe we're just going to give scholarships to people that play golf. That wasn't going to happen. When we look out for youth and look out for kids and you want them to have someone to look up to and to respect, you got to give. You got to give. And you get blessings from it. And I want to go over some of our achievements that we've done. And this one is my number one, is we adopted schools for Christmas. We adopted classrooms for kids that was underprivileged, that didn't have much. So when they wrote letters to Santa Claus, they wrote them to the two-seaters. And we had them write 3 gifts, and the members would buy those gifts for them. And we bought them all. It was only going to get one, but we bought them all. We did that under Mike Stelly, and we did that for 5 or 6 years. Then we moved on to food drives. We had 2 years of where we've gave out Thanksgiving dinners to families that in need, and we did that for 2 years. And that was done up under President Gus Nelson. And he's here. Can you stand up? He was our president during that time. And we have another president I'd like to mention who was instrumental in doing a few things for us also, and that's Mr. Rick Ruff. And clothing drive, responsible for the clothing drive, but also his commitment to our scholarship fund. Besides, and we still do the clothes drive, coats, and he bring a coat in and he give you like $1 or something like that, buy you a beer. but he did. He got a golf event for us, and it's called the Fall Classic. He started the Fall Classic, so proceeds from that not only got us together so we can compete against one another, but it also was another way they can bring in some more revenues so that we can give out some scholarships. And that's something that we want to continue to do. Also, let's see, what we got here? Oh, we got a lot of stuff. Rev Mosby. Now, we had a preacher. We got 2 preachers, and then we got a minister in the club. The minister go to church, he hand out the bucket all the time, and he wants you to do this. But he would come to the two-seaters, not hand out, bucket out. He said, I need to send some kids to a college tour, and I need some help. And when someone comes to you like that, and that's our brother, and we had to help. And he continually does that. He just hit us up for how much money? He's having a breakfast, and he got the small offering for to feed some homeless, not only to have to feed them, but to allow them to come inside and sit down and eat, not to just go to a shelter and get a bag of food and go someplace down the street to eat it, but to have them sit down and enjoy an evening with people that's blessed, that have jobs, that have a home to go to. And he does that every year, and the two-seaters are right there with him. Scholarships. I'm not going to get to the dollar amount because we got a dollar amount that maybe even the two-seaters don't know how much we've given over the past 10 years. But even sports events, we had a baseball coach, and that was Pete. And he needed his team that couldn't afford the uniforms. So the two-seaters helped buy at least the tops for his baseball team. That's at University Park. We've also, up under the mayor, Al McCowan, we promoted, assisted with him with the senior citizen prom. So the senior citizens at University Park, we assisted, picked them up. We made sure that they had arrangement to and from their senior citizen building, and they enjoyed it. I mean, to do that 2 years in a row, and they beat us up today. So I try not to go to the little white hand down there, because when they see you, they say, why are we not having our prom this year? But that is something that is so much fun to see seniors come out and have fun, and then to be a two-seater and say, we brought Miss Smith over here. Miss Smith is having a good time, and she hadn't been out her building in 3 years. And to come out and have a nice dinner and to listen to music and to have young people out there that care about them. And I say young people because young people don't care about nobody. They don't care about nobody but themselves. But we at Two Seaters, we care about young, old, and ourselves. We look out for each other and we look out for the community. And we continue to do that. And we want to continue to do that. The junior golf program was started by Ms. Carol James. She's not here today, but we've been doing the junior golf program for 5 years. 5 years. And we got a gym in the house. Is Jason in the house? Anyway, Jason is one of the junior golfers. He's working here, but we were able to send him to St. Andrews. If you don't know where St. Andrews is, it's over in Scotland. And we made that happen. His parents couldn't afford to send him there. He's a good golfer, and they came to the Two Seaters, and that was a no-brainer. What did the Two Seaters do? We digged, and we sent them overseas. And we do have a flag from one of the golf courses over there that they played, and he brought it back in honor of the Two Seaters. So it's a joy to be able to do that and have the resources and the commitment from the club members to back up these children. Let me see, one more thing, one more big thing. Yeah. Oh, this is the big thing. In 10 years, all these events, because there's a lot of things that we've done that are probably small or raffle tickets. We have fundraisers, night at the races, where we bring people out to go to the racetrack and do a little wagering on horse and eat. But the proceeds always went to the scholarship fund. Everything we do goes to something to help out youth or to do something, because it's going to come back to us. It's going to come back to us. In 10 years, and this is not an estimation, the Two Seaters has spent, I got $85,000 that we spent in 10 years promoting scholarships, food drives, schools, Christmas for kids. I mean, and we're going to continue to do that. And that number I might be cheating the club, because we give so often. And it's a joy to be a part of a club in the Two Seaters, to be able to share what we do that we have fun with. And if Al was here, he would say, we love the brethren. What is the brethren? It's the familyness that we have with one another. It's the willingness to put our differences aside for a good cause. That's the Two Seaters. Right now, we have some members that are not here that should be here. But it doesn't matter, because the members that are supposed to be here are here. And we will continue to grow, but I have to say this, to say you're part of a Two-Seater, you're part of an organization that is willing to go the extra mile to help out his brother, his sister, his friend, his neighbor. So, and none of us don't ever be bigger than what the intent of the organization is, the Two Seaters. That's all I have.